5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Bern Paraiso is in the studio, charming us. It's easy to get a flattering picture of you. It's easy. You are very photogenic. Now I was looking at Tish's calendar, and she's got a picture of a manatee. Manatees, you really can't get a good shot of a manatee.
Do they really look at the camera?
Maybe, but they don't look. It's like they're not an attractive animal. So they're not cute like a puppy dog.
That makes a human being so different and unique.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Good. You have a right to be a license to be lazy today.
A license? I do.
Because yesterday we moved the clocks ahead, so everybody's dragging a little bit. We're like thrown off by that 1 hour difference.
I know. And how do you like waking up this morning and it was dark?
I looked at my clock and I thought, is it really that time? It seems like it shouldn't be that time yet. Yeah.
Well, I tracked it really good because Friday afternoon, my family and my son, we drove to Alabama to attend a wedding there.
Uh-huh.
And we drove all night.
Did you have a lot of rain?
Saturday, the day of the wedding, but it wasn't. Friday and Saturday, maybe till noontime, it was pretty good.
Really?
Pretty good. But
do you like taking long car rides?
Not really.
Not really.
Once in a while. I can probably manage once every maybe 6 months, but I'm so used to
And how long is that?
traveling.
6 hours? 7 hours?
That's 600 miles, depending on
6 or 7 hours then.
right, depending on how fast you drive.
Oh, 600 miles?
I believe so in Alabama. Past Birmingham.
Oh, okay.
We went
So that
all
was
the
more
way-
like 12 or 13 hours then in the car.
Well, if you drive, 80 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Do you really?
Okay.
But we didn't. We took our time. It was a fun trip. Well, March 14th.
March 14th.
And
it's Pi Day.
Right, I continue to promote the Colon Cancer Month, which is March, and I am still in the blue. We have 2 weeks left to help and encourage our
Hard to believe.
community.
We're almost done with March already, isn't it? Where's the
It
year
is,
go?
but it's been beautiful. Look at this weather. It's a little cloudy.
Your hair looks a little lighter today.
It is. You know what? You're very observant.
Looks good.
Did a little bit of a tweaks. Just on the top. Well, anyway, good morning, Ocala.
How you doing?
I am wonderful. I am wonderful on this Monday. It's actually beautiful, though.
It is really beautiful.
Right, can't complain.
Got some weather coming up.
And let me deliver my birthday greetings here. I have 2 celebrants. Dr. Carol McLean,
How old?
March 5, and I think she turned...
Oh, should we not
I know
say?
she's younger than me. I
a
don't want to
lady,
say
we
that.
shouldn't say. Okay.
But she's beautiful.
Guys, we can
very
say.
Very good friend.
Girls, we can't say.
Excellent physician. So happy birthday to you, March the 5th. And also my brother, where is he now? Sweden.
Oh, he is.
Is that right?
Is he living there?
Well, no.
Or is he traveling?
Is this the guy with the boat?
He is the one that travels all around the world, and he's around there. Also, March the 5th. Same with Dr. McLean.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you. And, of course, once again, the wedding that my family attended over the weekend. Mr. and Mrs. Dennis Smith in Florence, Alabama.
All right. Which are you related to, the husband or the wife?
The wife
You're-
is from the Philippines.
Okay, that's why you had trouble with the name.
Because, in the Philippines, my real name is Bernadette,
Right?
then P. Togo, then Paraiso. But I could add another one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my mother's name. So
I
that's how.
I didn't know
But
that.
I shortened it, and the same thing
To
with...
make it more American?
Kind of. Because you don't, when you say my name is Bernadette, blah, 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 it takes like 2 seconds.
Takes a long time. Yeah.
You
Bern is good. Bern sounds classy.
Thank you. Bern is better. Bern. And let me see who else. Anthony Keaton, my son, at Dr. N.S. Jones. Good morning to you and all his classmates and teachers, Mrs. Montigny and Mrs. Tedder.
We watched some videos from N.H. Jones on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was your friend part of it?
What was it all about?
But was he a student?
I
of
missed
video?
that.
Student
because I
video.
was-
Well, no, you didn't miss anything because it was the judging, so it was all behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, that I don't
The
know.
actual presentation happens in April.
I'm wondering, is it like for younger, because Anthony is third grade.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Would have been
yeah.
included.
Well,
yeah.
there you go. So, all the students and teachers of Dr. N.S. Jones, and before I forget, I believe Friday has no class. It's a teacher's working day.
Oh, isn't that great? Don't you love when there's no class?
Right, and my son is so excited. There's only 4 days class this week. So do your best, students. Let me get back to my real business here.
The real business.
And it's all about colon cancer month now. Very informative. I got an email from a father, and actually his son is the best friend of this person named Dan. And let me tell you a story about what happened.
Okay.
It's not very impressive. Dan had a change in bowel movement. He noticed some small round fecal matter, but no blood visible. After another month or so went by, he experienced sporadic pain in the stomach area, rolling pain like he was having labor pains. That came and went with regularity. So to make the story short, there was an ultrasound that was showing no abnormalities.
No abnormalities.
That is correct.
Oh, wow.
And then he was referred to see a gastroenterologist. The doctor sent him for a CAT scan, and the CAT scan showed a mass of tumors in the colon. Now, Dan is 48 years old, and he was very active in sports. I didn't inquire about. But mostly, the pain was back pain and stomach pain. To make the story short, he had a surgery, all the procedures were completed, and guess what? He went to hospice. So you know what that means.
Yeah.
And this happened last week. Now, Dan is a best friend of John, and John is the son of Dr. Kerr. So we know this family.
Yeah, right.
48 years old. So our condolence to
Yeah,
you
right,
and
right.
your family. And again, that is the reason why I am so happy. Not that I am happy that to share with you different stories, to help our community, have awareness about colon cancer.
Sure.
So get your colon screening done, and we will continue next week about symptoms of colon screening, and this is throughout the whole month of March. And again, Seven Hill Gastroenterology, Vishnu Reddy MD is our sponsor. His telephone number is 401-1919. What do you think?
I think I saw his ad on the Coffee News. Have you ever seen the Coffee News?
The new one, I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
But thank you again, everyone, for listening and tuning in. It's been a pleasure, being here.
So the takeaway message we get from that story is that if he had gone, the 48-year-old man, if he had gone for the screening a year earlier, maybe he wouldn't be in hospice right now.
It's possible because,
Yeah.
we react differently. It could be there was no full details if he had history or his family,
Right.
Had colon cancer. But mainly the complaint was back pain. It started with back
Isn't that something?
pain, right? But
You think it's something you pulled or something. You don't.
But he was also very active in sports. So I wanted to find out. I actually emailed the family if he was able to trace history. Because being 48 and, you have to be 50 if there is no history. That's what it says.
Oh, right.
This case has been submitted to the gastroenterology group here. Dr. Reddy is inquiring, and also there's another gastro. So we can help the community by, informing them about situations like this. Being 48.
So you never know how many lives you save just with your message that you deliver every week. You just don't know. You won't hear about it because they'll be good news.
Yes, and you are right. I get emails about how pleased, they are. But I do my best. You wouldn't believe I was socializing. And somehow, there's always the question of, what do you do? I share with them about this is what I do. And there's out of that 5 or 10, and I was glad to hear that they already had colon screening, but this is a senior group. Especially 60 years old and older, there is actually, look at that.
I don't know anybody that old.
But 41 and 60. Look at this. These
What does
are
that blue line
ages.
mean?
This is part of the 200,000 U.S. cases per year, ages that are affected.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you
So the
again
older you get,
so much.
the more likely you're going to get it.
41 to 60 than the older. That is correct. Well, thank you, WOCA, and you all have a.
Thank you, Bern.
You all have. Did you hear that?
You all have. I think you picked that up in the Philippines.
A wonderful week
That sounded like something from the Philippines.
from the Philippines. And I'll be back next Monday. So thank you to Larry and Robin.
Is your hair going to be blonder? It looks nice, a little bit of blonde. No?
No, I didn't notice that. Do they really have,
It's really pretty.
You don't see the blonde in your hair?
You're not from Alabama, are you?
No, Robin? No.
But you have a blonde hair.
Oh, is there a lot of blondes in Alabama?
I could.
South Alabama, there's a country
Well, I
boy.
was wondering if, because I saw a lot of blondes
Blonde.
In Alabama.
Yeah.
in Alabama.
I didn't realize that.
That's Reese
But
Witherspoon's
I just
fault.
had a little bit of a streak. You don't want that to be recorded.
All right, we'll be right back. Thank you, Bern.
Thank you.
We'll take a little break. We'll be right back. Let's see. Reverend Carol Richardson is coming up next. She's Mornings with the Masters, Mystical Journeys into a Postmodern World. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. This Monday, it'll be breezy and warm with times of clouds and sun. There may be an afternoon shower or thunderstorm in the area, the high 80 to 84. And partly cloudy Monday night with the lows ranging from about 60 and a few winds.